Welcome back to another episode of Iniquitous News. I'm your host, Lawrence Johnson. I hope you had an amazing weekend because day 100 for Trump is approaching and my boy has been moving very Mephistophelian as of late. First things first, what he do? Columbus Day. We are back. And I don't know why. If you ever look at the history of Columbus, he never actually even stepped foot in the States, like the mainland. And the fact that we have him as, he founded and created America, it's like, you can't find and create when somebody's already there. So why are we bringing this back? This is one of those things, I think this is just a Trump ego trip. Because it's like, no matter what Biden did, he just wants to do the opposite. So, all right, we now have Indigenous Day. Guess what? I'm bringing Columbus Day back, which is very disrespectful to the Native Americans, even though Native Americans itself is even a disrespectful name. It's like, yeah, we get it. You guys was native here, first here, but now we're here, and thank you for letting us take over. Well, not letting us. We killed you. So, see you never, though. Well, on the plantation. But yeah, Columbus Day, I guess we're celebrating this October. I mean, I'll still take the day off, but I'm still going to say Happy Indigenous Day because we know the indigenous people, they ain't new to this, they true to this. Christopher Columbus, fucking dweeb, scumbag. A lot of slaves, a lot of doing, iniquitous shit, if you know what I mean. Trump didn't stop there, though. Take a look at the White House. No, I feel like every day, more and more, we get pushed towards like a reality television show, but then I'm like, wait a second, nope, this is real life. This is actually happening. Over 100 signs in the front lawn of the White House showing illegal immigrants who have been arrested and deported and are probably sitting in some type of El Salvador prison, which is like, okay, these people committed crimes, they did bad things. Good for you. You arrested them. Why are you bragging about it, putting it on the White House lawn? Like we don't have a lot of other stuff we should be worried about and should be doing. But guess what, guys? Illegal immigrants, if you commit a crime, you're going to do the time because this was going to happen to you. And it's just like, I think they already know that. You've been deporting people left and right. So I don't understand what this is. It's supposed to be like a flex. And there's certain people in the comments like, this is what I voted for. This is what I want. I was like, you voted for somebody to show up their arrested record? Like, why? Who gives a fuck? Just deport the people that are bad and stop illegally arresting people like the Gestapo. I mean, the fact that ICE can now enter your house without a warrant, yeah, that's true. You know what else that happened to? Little girl named Anne Frank. Back in the day. Over there. I mean, now, there are questions about the Anne Frank story, but let's say it is true. What used to happen? Police used to just kick in the door. Hey, what's going on? We think you might have people there. Found her covered up in the floorboards. But now the fact that people are still saying, well, just don't harbor illegal immigrants. Okay, yeah, of course. That's where it starts right now. And then in a couple months, it's, now we can enter your house if we don't like what you say and we want to check your phone and your computer. Well, don't be doing any bad things. It's like, people, at some point in time, you kind of got to draw the line. Like, wait, what the fuck's going on? No, you can't enter my house without a warrant. A piece of paper that says the judge signed off on it. We have done enough research and have enough evidence to really think that you did this crime. You can't just be going off a hunch. And you can just kick somebody's door down off a hunch. I don't really like this motherfucker for real. Yeah, let's go see what he got. Fuck. Next thing you know, you in the crib. Like, that's not how shit's supposed to work. In a recent interview, Trump also said something very interesting and also kind of dictatorish. He said, first time around, I had to run the country and deal with a bunch of crooked guys around me. He said, this time around, I'm running the world. And it's like, fuck are you talking about? No, you are not. You are the president of the United States. You feel as though that you need to try to run the world. And right now, it is backfiring. As you can see in your first 100 days, nobody has ever had a worse economy. You're about to start the Great Depression. Tariff from left, tariff from right, no sort of plan. So to say that you're running the world, it's like, why don't you just try to run this area first, try to make sure we good here? Because right now, you're doing nothing but fucking up. But for him to even say that he thinks he runs the world should be very eye-opening to you, because that means that he really thinks all 194-something countries. Yeah, they depend on the U.S. This is like, man, what a fucking ego trip. Focus on this country. Let's bring our troops back over here. Let's stop funding a genocide. Interesting, though, he has started to come around almost. On the plane he was interviewing, they started to ask about Gaza, and he had something very interesting to say.
Gaza came up, and I said, we're going to be good to Gaza.
that's why it's so hard to judge and kind of get Trump's perspective because he's so all over the place where it's like, I feel as though nobody talked to him beforehand this time and Benjamin Netanyahu was not right next to him in his ear. And all of a sudden he was like changing his whole entire tune. It's like, yeah, this bad was going on there. We need to stop and they need to stop. I don't know what the fuck's happening. It's just like, finally, yeah, let's stop it. Stop funding this bullshit. And I don't want you to sit there, well, what if Biden was doing the same exact shit? He was funding it, but he just was lights on, nobody even fucking home funding it. At least this dude's speaking out about the shit. Not in a good way, though. So far, so bad, but at least that was one good comment that I have heard recently from Trump where I'm like, okay, at least you realize what the fuck is happening over there. Thank goodness. Too bad Senator Norman Coleman does not feel the same. He actually says that the Jews are the masters of the universe. And go ahead. I mess with religious pride. That's fine. I'm happy you feel so good about your people. But the problem is that you feel like you're superior to others. And it's supposed to be anti-Semitic to say, oh, well, Jews run the media, kind of control the tech industry, and have some of the biggest AI platforms in the world. But here he is saying it out loud.
When you think about it, the masters of the universe are Jews. We've got Altman and AI, we got Zuckerberg, we got Sergey Brin, we got the whole group across the board. Jan Combs, founded WhatsApp. It's us. And we have to figure out a way to win the digital battle. Amelia, we got to get our digital sneakers on so that the truth can prevail over the lies. And when we do that, the future of Israel will be stronger because a majority of all Americans will support Israel. We'll make that happen. We have to make it happen. Thank you. Baruch Hashem. Thank you.
So it's like if you're praising Israel and Jews during that exact moment, it's okay to say, oh yeah, we masters of the universe. We doing everything. You see Facebook, you see Sam Altman, you see, as he just fucking said, but it's like, I thought y'all didn't have control. I mean, you got to pick and choose at some point in time. And speaking of control, the dictatorship shit that I'm talking about has already trickled down to 60 Minutes with Bill Owens resigning, stepping away, because now he feels new pressure from Paramount after Trump called him out and said, we need some sort of merger because I'm tired of them slandering my name. Control of the mass media, people, that's a dictatorship. And the fact that they took time at the end of their 60-minute episode to call that shit out is very eye-opening. Listen to this.
Stories we pursued for 57 years are often controversial. Lately, the Israel-Gaza war and the Trump administration. Bill made sure they were accurate and fair. He was tough that way. But our parent company, Paramount, is trying to complete a merger. The Trump administration must approve it. Paramount began to supervise our content in new ways. None of our stories has been blocked, but Bill felt he lost the independence that honest journalism requires.
And if you're wondering how the rest of the world feels about Trump, I mean, just take a listen to when he entered the room compared to when Zelensky entered the room at the Pope's funeral recently. And what's funny is MAGA supporters will say, well, that's because everyone fears him. He strikes fear into their heart. It's like, hey, we should be celebrated and loved, not tolerated. You see how Zelensky comes in, they're happy to see him. Thank you for taking the time to come out here and show up at this, not event, but funeral. Whereas Trump, it's almost like, why the fuck are you actually even here? We just know you here because you have to be here to show face because it feels good. But do you really even care? No. But people, this is our president of the United States, and this is how the world feels around and about him when he walks into a room. Which trickles down to us, and this is how they feel about Americans. I don't like that. I want to be liked. I'm talking about people getting so pissed at Trump, they trying to impeach him again. This time it's Cherie T, Democrat from Michigan. He's introduced the articles. He's trying to do it, but it's just like, come on. I don't know. This seems like a waste of time. We just throw that impeach word around all the time. It's like, I don't know. It's just like, this is cap. You really got to catch him doing some bullshit to even try to toss this around. I feel like this is almost like clickbait. They know you don't really have no plan. How are you actually going to impeach him? What type of steps are you going to take? Or are you just going to talk about it so people can talk about it, click a couple times, and then nothing ends up fucking happening? That's usually how I feel. The White House now also has the new media seat, and it is one of the funniest things in the world. It's basically like, this is a seat for dick eaters. If you dick eat Trump in this administration, go ahead, pull up. Ask us a loaded question that just sits on everybody else, but dick eats us. And that's what that is. Hey, you know what? Play the clip. Listen to this himself.
Why don't you kick us off today, Rogan?
Thank you, Caroline. In Trump's first 99 days, we've seen a coordinated assault on the rule of law by radical judges. We're thwarting his agenda with an unprecedented number of national injunctions. These judges are providing more due process to violent MS-13 and Tren de Aragua illegal aliens than they did for American citizens who peacefully protested on January 6th. As Stephen Miller has highlighted, it would be utterly ridiculous to have full trials and appeals for the more than 15 million illegal aliens that came across our border under Joe Biden.
Like, do you see how he didn't even get to the fucking question? It was just a whole bunch of dick eating, shitting on the left as much as he possibly could in the amount of time that he had just to ask a dick eating type of question. You, sir, I forgot what his fucking name is, are a dick eater though. So if somehow this comes across your page or on the comments, somebody tag this fucking dweeb, dick eater, and, you know, I just hope get off your knees one day, boy. But I guess you know media now, so good luck, see you never. Now, moving on to must-watch Mondays, I'm gonna do a little bit longer and bigger breakdown today because this documentary needs to be seen, especially before it gets taken down. Louis T. of the BBC has released a documentary called Settlers, which is all about Israeli civilians settling and ethnically cleansing the Palestinian people from the West Bank in specific. This doesn't even lock into Gaza like that. And when you watch the doc, I'm telling you, it's so eye-opening to see how many Israeli people don't even look at Palestinians as humans. They feel like they don't even worth the same land or same people as they are. Daniella Weiss was basically the main point of attraction during this entire doc. And as seen here, you could see and hear her talk about and show how they started to ethnically cleanse and start to build up settlements all throughout the West Bank. And that's what's so interesting is because he took this very loving type of approach to the documentary, not really loving, but just like very straightforward. I don't have a perspective. I don't feel a type of way. I just want to know why you're doing these things. It's almost like she's openly bragging about committing a genocide. Where she says, oh, you need to influence with the magic of Zionism. Listen to this clip. Redeem the land, establish communities. Redeem. That's the word she chooses to use instead of ethnically cleanse or genocide this land so then we can establish our settlements again. And it doesn't stop there. I mean, there was a point in this doc that he had to hide in basically a stone blown up building with other Palestinian people as IDF soldiers were basically hunting during the night, looking to kill people as threats. And he's sitting in there and he has this almost like epiphany of, shit, can we call the police? And the Palestinians start to laugh. It's like, the fuck, this is a regime. Who are we gonna call? I mean, just feel the fear, but then also the comfortability of something that's not normal, but has been normalized to an entire group of people. And if you want to see apartheid and how it works firsthand, this is also the doc for you to watch. I mean, take a look at this clip right here. A man cannot go into a visitor center for tourists in his own city. Oh, this line, you can't cross that, because you're Palestinian. Oh, you can bring the camera, you can bring the white guy in, but he got to turn around, go back. I mean, people, it's right there in front of your fucking face. That's apartheid. That's ethnic cleansing. This is genocide. I cannot wait until somehow, some way, this shit ends hopefully positively for the Palestinian people. Because I'm just so sick of this shit being put in my face and we can't do anything about it. I mean, hopefully this doc just spreads like wildfire and people start to pay attention to what exactly the Zionist movement is. And it doesn't come from peace and it doesn't come from niceness. These people hate those people. I mean, listen to this guy talking about how he literally does not care about Palestine. It doesn't matter to him at all. Well, if you have any type of time today, tomorrow, this week, go watch this doc ASAP so you could just get a different perspective from somebody that was able to go feet on the ground in the West Bank. And then if that's in the West Bank, think how much worse it could possibly be in Gaza. And I promise you, you will walk away from this doc like, oh, what the fuck? This what's been going on? For sinner's work. I'm dead ass. Playoff basketball has been better than ever, but I ain't gonna lie. There's a couple things that happened last night that really pissed me the fuck off. First off, the Knicks versus the Pistons, that has been the best series this entire playoff, in my personal opinion. Denver and Clippers up there as well. But the bullshit that happened last night, I mean, first off, Cat hit back-to-back OD shots. Fadeaway, over the side of the backboard, Cash. They came back down, Zesty step back, 35 feet deep, Cash. But the fact that they didn't come back down, clear as day, Josh Hart jump, Tim Hardaway pump fake, boom, foul. No call. If that was Jalen Brunson on the other side, I swear to God, they would call that 10 out of 10 times. What the fuck is going on with that? I'm from New York. I wouldn't mind seeing the Knicks win, but at the same time, I'm like, wait, hold, you got to call this kind of evenly both ways. And I know that's how Lakers feeling too. Because first off, Ant was on a burner. But then the fact that he started pushing, getting physical with Brown, like, yeah, nigga, what's up? It's just like, well, I thought they was going to call offensive foul. I love the hypeness. Like, this is that dog mentality that people be talking about, where it's like, oh, you don't see this very much in the newer generation. This right here is a fucking dog. But the fact that they had to create basically a new angle to show that Bron fouled him, I've never seen that before in my life. They took the AC-30 angle. But it's just like, how? You call out of bounds. So if you call out of bounds, who is the ball out of bounds on? When you go replay and you've called hands part of the ball with LeBron before, it's not like he was going for a shot. It was just right here. But you're going to overturn the out of bounds and say, oh, actually, that's a foul? Then Lakers lose the game? I'm not going to say that that's the only reason they lost, but at the same time, I was just like, whoa. David Stern would never let this happen. But I can't wait to watch the games tonight. Rockets, Warriors, that should be a good matchup. 2-1. Steph just came off a burner. I think Rockets going to get him. 2-2. That's my little bet of the week. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm not no better. I don't have no ESPN bet MGM, none of that shit. We're going to get one of them little sponsorships one day. Maybe they'll pop up here and there. But if I was you, that's what I would do. Moving on into Music Mondays. It's been a great weekend for music. I ain't gonna lie. First off, I was just at Stagecoach. That was a great concert. I didn't even know I like country concerts. I was sitting there, I'm like, wait a second. I know way more country songs than I thought. But in the after parties, that's why I was really there for. That shit was stupid lit. But a new song by the Paradox Band is a fucking hit. The kids are all right. This is the first all-black punk pop band I've ever seen in my life. And Why You Gotta Do Me Like That? Hit. That shit is tough. They got such a cool and unique sound that they figured out. And it's like anybody from the generation of that American Pie generation, Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters, they've been waiting for music like this to come back, especially for a new generation band to take it over. And kind of staying in that same realm, we have another young black artist that seems to be going down that alternative / punk pop type of route. Cdubz, Time.
'Cause it takes some time to go back and rewrite those lines. I had it in my head and in my mind. Can we please save
telling you, dog, these new generation kids are talented. I don't know if it was like during COVID because they couldn't go to school. A lot of them just locked in on the talent. Maybe got back in the basement or in the garage or something like that. But they've been cooking the fuck up. So there's a little bit type of speed. We have Aki Aura, Death Wish. I don't even know if it's a guy or a girl that produces this type of music, but I know one thing. The visuals, everything around that, tough. And last but not least, we have Andy Cornelius, and this girl is talented. I guess she just graduated high school or about to graduate high school, and I found this little acoustic song, but then she quickly flipped it, boom, put it out. But I was just like, what the fuck? I said, wait, don't even go to college unless you're about to learn music theory or how to produce or engineer even better. I know, start singing, go on tour, start acoustic albums. Because, I mean, just listen, like what the fuck?
So I tried on my breath when you're calling, so I can stay with you longer. You leave me all alone in the morning. I didn't think I would notice the way you keep pushing on, holding me back. You break my focus. I love it when you call me in the morning, so I can tell you that I love you. Tried on my breath when you're calling, so I can stay with you longer. You leave me all alone in the morning. I didn't think I would notice the way you keep pushing on, holding me back. You break my focus. I love it when you call me in the morning, so I can tell you that I love you. Would you tell me that you love me?
Oh yeah, and if you didn't know what that song was called, it's called Call Me Again. And that was my bad. I didn't drop that before, but I was just like thinking about the song and how good she sounded. And it's like, go ahead, you could go replay that again. I know. That shit is that tough. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Iniquitous News. Don't forget to hate and subscribe. We slowly but surely growing as a collective, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'm going to see you Wednesday. You already know the deal. I'm out.
You've just tuned in to another edition of Iniquitous News Network with Lawrence Johnson. Don't forget to hate and subscribe.